Hello everyone. Today let's solve the hotel booking system. Basically a design problem. We have been asked to solve this one. Design. So let's see what the question states. Design a hotel booking system similar to the OYO or booking.com. So here these are the requirements of the conditions here. That allows hotels to register and list their rooms. Right. We should be able to allow the hotels to register and list their rooms. This is the first one. Second one here, the second condition is users can search for hotels by city, check-in and check-out dates here. This one also we have to keep in mind. Users can search for the hotels by city, check-in and check-out dates, right? So the third one here is users can book the available rooms, right? User can book the available rooms. This is the third one. And the fourth one here shows it has to show the room availability in the real time. So room availability also it has to show in the real time. And the final one here cancels bookings and releases rooms. We should be able to cancel the bookings and release the rooms. So these are the conditions they have given us, right? So we have to design a hotel booking system similar to OYO or booking.com. So these are the conditions, right? So I hope conditions are simple. They have clearly mentioned here. I hope the question is completely clear. First, what shall we do? Let's discuss the UML diagram. Let's discuss the UML diagram step by step. Let's see the core classes and other steps step by step. Then, so next, first, let's do one thing. Let's discuss the constraints and assumptions first. Then let's go with this one. What do you call UML diagram? Then let's discuss the edge cases and then let's write the code and discuss the other things, right? First, let's discuss the constraints and assumptions here. So when it comes to scalability, when I say scalability, thousands of hotels might be there, right? Millions of rooms might be found. Thousands of hotels and millions of rooms, right? So let's come to the availability part here. Rooms must be instantly available after cancellation. After cancellation, rooms must be instantly available for the others, right? So this is one thing. And what about the concurrency here? We should prevent the double booking using atomic operations, right? Just keep this in mind. These three things: scalability, availability and concurrency. Concurrency, again I'll tell you, we have to prevent the double booking using atomic operations, right? Our main goal is to target the basically time complexity. We will be going with the search and booking, right? So we should be able to search for the hotels and rooms and we should be able to book, right? So for the search, as much as possible, we have to go with big of logarithmic n. It's better to go with big of logarithmic n. For booking, we have to go with the big of 1 or big of logarithmic n as well, right? And we can go with the storage optimization part as well. We can just make use of the proper indexing for the availability per date, and we can just go with the hash maps for the room lookups. So when I say hash maps for the room lookups, it will be big of 1, right? So it will be very helpful basically, right? Now let's discuss the UML diagram and then let's discuss the edge cases and then let's start writing the code. So here, first thing, this is just the high level overview, right? So we have 4 core classes here. We have 4 core classes here. One is user and another one is hotel and the third one is room and fourth one is booking. Just keep this in mind, right? So we have 4 core classes here. We will be making use of user, hotel, room as well as the booking, right? User will be of the user contains basically ID, name as well as the email. So search hotels and book rooms are the this one methods we'll be making use of within the user class, right? So user contains ID, name as well as the email. So ID will be of the type string here. This one, first one, ID will be of the type string. Name will be of the type string as well. ID goes with the type string as well. You might be thinking ID will be of the this one type this one number. No, ID will be of the type string itself. Name will be of the type string itself, and email will be of the email of the user will be type of this is of the type string as well, right? So we will be going with the 2 methods. One is search hotels as well as the book room, right? Search hotels and book rooms are the methods that we will be making use of within the user class. So just keep this in mind. I hope this part is completely clear. Let's move on with the this one, hotel class, right? So within the hotel, we should be having the hotel ID particular based on the ID, right? So hotel name we should be having, hotel location. Hotel location is very important as well, and to find the hotel basically, and room as well, right? So the number of rooms available within the particular hotel, that's what I'm speaking of, right? So these things uh, will be going within the hotel. So id will be of the type string again, name will be of the type string again, so location will be of the type string again, and room, we will be going with the list. Basically when I say room list, we will be going with the list of room, this one, right? So just keep this in mind, right? So we will be going with the method, we'll be making use of the method add room within the hotel class, just keep this in mind. We'll be making use of the add room method, right, within the hotel class. So I hope these two are clear, user class and hotel class. Now let's come to the third one, room, right? Within the room, what are all the things we have here? id, room type, price, as well as is booked, right? id, room type, price, as well as the is booked. So id, particular id, right? Hotel particular id. So room type, so there will be different room types, right? So we should be able to provide the room types as well, and price of the room, right? So price of the room should, we should be able to provide the price of the room as well, and is booked, it is already booked or not, we should show that one as well, right? We shouldn't allow the same booked this one room on the same date, right? So that one also we should keep in mind. So these are the things we'll be considering within the room class: id, room type, price, as well as is booked, right? So here in this case, id will be of the type string, room type will be of the type enum. Basically this one, room type, we will be making use of this one within the type enum, right? Just keep this in mind. Price, this will be of the type double, and is booked will be of the type, so we'll be going with a map basically, right? Map. So map within the this one angle brackets, so we'll be going with a local date as well as boolean. This will be of the type boolean, right? So just keep this in mind. Is booked, whenever you see this one, whenever you read this one, you would have already guessed that this will be of the type boolean. Basically we'll be making use of the hash map, you would have already guessed that it will be of the type boolean, right? So this is fine. So these three methods will be making use of within the room class. Basically one is check availability, one is book, and we should be able to book the this one room, and we should be able to cancel the room. First thing is we should be able to check the availability, whether the room is available or not, means whether it is booked or not, right? So currently room is available or not, that we should be able to check, and we should be able to book the room, and we should be able to cancel the room, right? So these three things we have to keep in mind as well. So these three things, right? This is very important. So let's come to the final one here, this one, booking. So we have successfully discussed this one, room, right? Three things we have discussed already, core classes here: user, hotel, room. So next one is booking. The fourth one or the final one here is booking. So basically within the booking class, we will be considering id, user, room, right? Room, check-in and check-out of the user, check-in and check-out of the particular user who has booked the room, right? So here id, based on the id will be going basically user, the user who has booked the room. Basically room should be available, whether we have to check whether the room is available or the room that has been booked, right? So here boolean, in this case is booked, we have made use of room, check-in and check-out, the time, basically time and date, right? So here in this case, id is of the type string, id is of the type string here in this case. User will be of the type user itself, we have already used this one here, this one I'm speaking of. User will be of the type user itself, and room will be of the type room itself. This one I'm speaking of, room, we already have used this one, room. Check-in and check-out, basically it will be local date, or we can just call that date, local date or date, right? So these are the things we'll be making use of within the booking. So next here, what are the methods that we'll be making use of here within the booking? Basically confirm bookings as well as the cancel booking. So we'll be making use of confirm booking as well as the cancel booking, right? So these are the methods. We should be able to confirm the booking, and we should be able to cancel the booking as well, right? So within the booking, so these are the methods, two methods we'll be making use of within the booking, basically, right? I hope this is completely clear, easy to understand, right? We are just going with individual classes, and we are discussing what are the data types that will be along with the data type, what will be making use of initialization part, whether it may be ID, name, email, these things, what are the things that we'll be making use of, along with the methods, what are the methods that we'll be using here, right, within the particular class. These are all the things that we have discussed. Now we have the idea, right? Now we have the particular idea, right? What we should do, how to write the code, what are all the classes that we need to make use of, what are the methods that we'll be making use of the classes, what data types, particular what we should initialize, and what are the methods that we should make use of. So these are the things we know, right? So now what we will do, let's discuss the edge cases. What are all the things to consider and what things we shouldn't do. So let's discuss the edge cases and then let's start writing the code. So see here, first edge cases, room booked and then cancelled. So room once booked and then cancelled, it should reappear again. So this one I'm speaking of, room suddenly booked and then cancelled, it should reappear, right? It should reappear. This one is the first edge case, right? We need to consider this one as very important, right? The second one here, booking when no rooms are available. So when no rooms are available, we should not be able to book the rooms. Means this has to fail basically. Just keep this in mind. Booking when no rooms are available, this is one of the edge cases, and this must fail. When no rooms are available, we should not be able to book the rooms. Just keep this in mind. Third one here, overlapping date bookings. So see here, this one also should fail miserably. Why? So it shouldn't overlap the particular date, right? We should not be able to book the hotels or rooms of the particular hotel on the same date for the different users, right? We should not be able to do that, right? It must not be allowed basically. This has to fail basically. This is one of the thing. And the final edge case here is room booked across the months or years. So here room booked across the months or years means basically date logic must work properly here in this case, right? So in this case date logic must work properly, right? So these things we have to keep in mind. Simple, right? We are not going with any extraordinary thing here. We are not going with a lengthy code as well. So we are just going with the simple edge cases. We have considered the classes, core classes, and what we need to consider within that step by step. So this is simple to understand. We are going with the, now what we have to do in the last one, the date logic must work properly. These 4 edge cases that we need to consider, right? So just keep this in mind. So now we have complete understanding of the core classes, and within that what we need to consider, and we have discussed the edge cases as well, right? Now we are good to write the code. Let's write the code and let's discuss the complexities and other stuff after writing the code, right? So now let's start writing the code here. So I'll just comment this one. So this is fine. Yeah, first is we have to import the utility classes, right? So whether it may be list, map, UID, anything. For that I'll just go with here import. So here java.util.star. So this is fine. So next we have to import the local date class for date handling as well. In this case it will be import java time here star. So these two things, right? So this is fine. So the next step here is we will be going with the main class. Basically here I have given the name hotel booking system. So I have created a package here or the folder hotel booking system. Within this we have given the name hotel booking system, right? So this is the main this one main class name. This would be the main class name. Basically I'll just go with here public. So here class, this one will be hotel booking system. So I'll just go with hotel booking system. So this is fine. So what is happening here? Why this is not taking? So I had to restart the ID. So this was not working basically. I don't know why. So here this is the main class basically. Within the main class, what we'll be doing? We'll be going with the enum room type. Means we are making use of the, we will be making use of the enum to define the fixed set of room types. So different types of room types we will be making use of. So whether it may be single, double, and suite. These 3 things. These are the room types basically. So I'll just give here room enum room type here. So within this one, I'll just go with single, this one double, as well as suit. So this is fine. So these are the 3 room types basically. The next step here is we will be going with the main class. Main class means first let's go with the class user. So I'll just go with the class user, the first one. If you remember this one, UML diagram, right? So I'll just go with your class. Here in this case, let me go with user. This is fine. So within the user class, what we'll be doing, let's go with the string ID, name, as well as email. Means here we will be going with the unique user ID, user's name, as well as the user's email. If you remember, these are the things. So I'll just go with ID, which is of the type string, name, which is of the type string basically again, and one more thing, email, which is of the type string again. So here I'll just give email. So after this, we know we have to go with the initialization part. So we'll be making use of the constructor for initializing user. So I'll just go with user here. Within this, I'll just copy the same thing here, string ID. So let me copy and paste it over here, string ID. So the next one is string name. We have here this one, name, which is of the type string. So parameter name here. Next, the parameter email here, which is of the type string again. So let me copy this one as well and let me paste it over here. So this is fine. So within the constructor, what are the things that we need to initialize here? ID, name, as well as email. So let me copy the same thing here in this case. So instead of string, what I'll do, let me do one thing. Let me remove this one and type instead. So this will be this dot ID. Let me initialize this one to ID. This dot name, let me initialize this one to name, and the final one is this dot email. Let me initialize this one to email. This is fine. Let me initialize this one to email. So this is fine. So I'll just come out of this one, right? So this is fine. So I have just come out of the user class entirely. So next was after the class user. So we were having in the UML diagram, we were having room, right? So let's go with the same. I'll just go with static class room here. So within the room class, if you remember, we were having ID, room type, price, as well as this one. What do we call is booked? Is booked is nothing but map, right? Map of local date and boolean, which is of the type boolean basically. So let's go with the ID here, which is of the type string, and room type, which is of the type room type itself. So here I'll just give room type. This will be a room type of the type room type. So price, which is of the type double, and I'll just go with price here. And the final one here is this one, is book, which is of the type boolean here in this case. So I'll just go with let me give local date here, and also which is of the type boolean, right? Mainly. So this is fine. I'll just give here is booked in this case. Yeah, this is it. This is fine. Next, what shall we do? Let's go with the room constructor. Nothing but we have to initialize the same things, right? ID, room type, price. This one is booked. Again, we have to initialize. Let's make use of the constructor here. This is of the we have the class name room, right? So let me give room here. Let me copy the same thing here. So string ID. Let me copy the same thing. Next one here we have room type. So let me copy the same thing. Room type of the type room type itself. Next we have the price, which is of the type double. Let me copy the same thing and paste it over here. And next one is this one, is book, which is of the type boolean basically. So I'll just copy this one and paste it over here. So this is fine. This is it. We are giving this one within the what do we call constructor basically. So I'll just go with here start ID equals ID. So let's initialize ID, room type, price, as well as is book. So this one will be this dot room type. This one will be room type. This is fine. Next one is price. So this will be this dot price equals price. This is fine. The final one is book. So here let me give is booked equals this one. We are making use of the hash map. We have given map here, right? So we'll be making use of the hash map here in this case. New hash map. Yeah, we are just using the empty booking map here. So you can clearly see here we have made use of the map, which is basically of the type boolean here in this case. The line number 43, what we are doing here is we are initializing the empty booking map here. Let me come out of this one. Let me come out of the constructor basically, right? So here this is fine. Next, what shall we do? If you remember, we had three methods within the classroom. We had three methods. One is available, one is book, and one is cancel. Those were the three methods we had. Let's start writing the methods basically. So here in this case we'll be making use of is available, which is of the type boolean. So I'll just go with is available here. So here within is available, we need, let me go with the in basically, and as well as out, right? So this will be of the type local data as well. So I'll just go with in and out as parameters here. Then the is availability is available method. So let's write the code quickly here. Let's go with the for loop here. Let me go with local date here. This date in this case. So this will be in. So I'll just go with date dot is before. I'll make use of is before out. So this is fine. And the final one here is date minute date plus days, right? Right. In this case it will be date dot plus days, this one of 1. So this is fine. So within this for loop, what we will be doing, if any date is booked, then we have to return false. So if already the room of the certain hotel is booked, then we have to return, quite obviously we have to return false. That is not available, right? Room will be not available, so we have to return false in that case. So let's write simple if condition for that. If here in this case, if is booked, get or default here, I'll be making use of get or default here, date comma, so false here in this case, false. Then what we need to do, we have to return false, means the room is not available, right? So here in this case, else what we need to do here in this case, all the date, if all the dates are available, then we need to return true, right? If all dates are available, then what we need to do, we have to return true in that case, boolean value true. So let me come out of this one. So here in this case, let's go with the next method, nothing but book. Means we have to mark the room as booked for the date range. So once we book, we have to mark the room as booked for the date range, right? So for that one, we'll be making use of the method book here, right? Here in this case, I'll be going with the local in. So where is this one? Let me type this one, or local date we are going with, right? Sorry, first one itself, local date in. Again, we are going with the local date, same thing, same parameters, local date out here in this case. So here we have to mark the room as booked for the date range. So here in this case, I'll be making use of the for loop again here. So I'll just go with local date, which is of the type date here in this case, right? So I'll just give in here. So again, date, I'll just be making use of date dot is before out. Then the final one is date equals same thing, equals date dot plus days. So here this will be plus days, this one in this case. So here within this for loop, what we will be doing, we will mark the date as booked. So I'll just go with here is booked, put here in this case date comma true. So here I'll just give true, right? So we are just marking the date as booked. So after booking the particular room, we are marking the date as booked, right, for the particular date range, right? So I hope this is clear, easy to understand. Let me come out of the method entirely. So the next method is we should be able to cancel as well. After booking, we should be able to cancel as well, right, within the particular date range. So we have to be able to, means we should be able to cancel booking for the date range. So I'll just go with cancel method here, void cancel, same exact thing again, local date, this one will be in, and local date, this one is out here in this case. So within this particular, what do we call this one, within this particular method, cancel method, so again we'll be making use of the for loop here. So I'll just copy, I don't want to this one, what do we call it? So let me copy this one from 47 to 49, let me copy this one and let me paste it over here. So let me remove this one, this line entirely. So here in this case we have to remove the booking for the date, right? We have to remove the booking for the particular date that we have booked. So in this case it will be is booked dot remove of remove of, we have to pass the parameter date here of the particular date. We are removing the booking for that particular date. So let me come out of this one entirely, right? So now we are done with the classroom. Basically we are done with the classroom. Two classes we have already written, one is classroom and another one is class user, right? Next, if you remember the UML diagram, next was the class hotel. 4 core classes we have, right? So within that itself we are performing all the things. So we are going with the different methods and we are going with the initialization and other stuff, right? So here in this case, let's come to the third class here, nothing but hotel. So static, I'll just go with here class, let me give hotel here. So within this particular class, so this one, basically this is the hotel class which represents the hotel with multiple rooms. So within this, what are all the things that we had? Basically ID, name, location, as well as the rooms, right? So ID was of the type string, so I'll just go with the string ID, and name was of the type string as well, so I'll just go with here string, in this case name. Then location we had, which was of the type string, basically which is of the type string. Here let me write this one, location. So let me write this one quickly. And list, we will be making use of list basically for the this one, rooms. Sorry, what happened here? List room rooms. This is fine. Next, what I'll do, I'll go with the let's make use of the constructor here. When I say constructor, we are going with the initialization part, right? We are making use of the initialization part. That is the reason we'll be making use of the constructor, nothing but hotel constructor, the class name whatever we have given here, static class hotel. So I'll just copy the same thing here. In this case, go with the hotel. So these are the things that we need to consider as parameter here. In this case here, I'll just give string ID, string name, nothing but here in this case string name, this is fine. Location, string location here in this case. So I'll just give string location. The final one here is this one, rooms. So let me give the same thing here. So this is fine. So let me remove the, just give me a second here. So within the hotel class, what we need to initialize, basically these things we have to initialize here, right? ID, name, location, as well as rooms. So let's type the same thing here quickly. So this dot ID equals ID here in this case. So here this will be this dot name equals name in this case. So here next one is this dot location here, this one is location, and the final one is this dot rooms here in this case. We are going with the list here, you can clearly see here list of rooms. So let's create the new array list here. Let's initialize the room list. So here I'll just go with array list. So this is fine. We are done with the initialization part. I'll just come out of the constructor here, hotel constructor. So the next one is we have to add the room to the hotel, right? So nothing but we'll be making use of the method. One method we had, if you remember the UML diagram, if you go back to the UML diagram, so one method we had within the this one class hotel, nothing but the add room, right? So I'll just go with add room here in this case. So this will be room. This is fine. So within this method, what will be, we should be able to add the room to the hotel. So I'll just make use of the add property, simple rooms dot add of. So this one will be room, simple, right? So I'll just come out of this one entirely, right? I'll just come out of the I'll just come out of this class entirely. So now we have only one class left. We are done with three classes basically. What are the three classes? Hotel as well as this one. What do you call? A hotel, room as well as the user. These three classes we have already perform whatever the methods and other stuff initialization part we have already done. We have successfully written three classes. Now we have only one class basically, nothing but booking. Within the booking we were having id, user, room, check-in and checkout, right? Also we are having confirm, cancel as well as the this one confirm and cancel methods, if you remember, right? So let's start writing the this one, what do we call, class booking. Basically I'll just go with here static class, let me give you a booking. So within this particular class, so this here id which is of the type string, user this one user which is of who is of the type user, user will be of the type user itself, basically user who booked, right, who booked the hotel or room, right? So room here in this case again of the type room here in this case, check-in date and checkout date. So here in this case local date, so this one I'll just go with check-in, check-in which is of the type date and checkout which is of the type date, nothing but local date here in this case, local date checkout. So let me give here checkout. So this is fine. Next step here is we will be going with the so we have to initialize, right, these things. So let me make use of the booking constructor here. Let's go with the constructor here in this case. So I'll just go with booking. So within this I'll just do the same thing here. Let me copy this one, let me paste it over here. The next thing is user, let me copy this one, let me paste it over here. Just give me a second here, this is fine. Let me copy this one room and let me paste it over here, and let me copy this one local date check-in, so let me paste it over here. Just give me a second here. And the final one is let me go with the checkout here, this one, let me paste it over here. So let me remove this one, room, why I have given room here in this case, this has to be check-in right here. Let me remove this one, and here in this case I'll date local date, this one has to be check-in, check-in in this case, right? So this is fine. So here also we have given room twice here. So local date, let me copy this one, give check-in here in this case. So here in this case give check-in, this is fine. We have mentioned the parameters. Now let's initialize this one. So this, let me write this one quickly, this dot id, this dot user here in this case, let's initialize this one to the user. And the next one is this dot room here in this case, let me initialize this one to the room. Next one, this dot check-in here in this case, let me go with check-in. And the final one is this dot checkout, so let me initialize this one to checkout, this is fine. So let me come out of this one entirely. So the next one is we were having the two methods. Let's write the two methods, nothing but we have to confirm the booking, and we should be able to confirm the booking whatever the room that we have booked, and we should be able to cancel the booking as well. These are the two methods within the booking we had, right? Let's write that one very quickly. Here in this case I'll just go with void confirm. So here within this one, what do we call, book, within the confirm method, so we will go with room dot book in this case. So I'll just go with check-in, let's pass the check-in and checkout here. So right, we are just marking the room as booked, means we are confirming the booking in simple terms, right? So let's go with the we should be able to cancel the booking as well. Let's go with void cancel here, method cancel basically. So within the method cancel, what we'll be doing, we will unmark the booking, means I'll just give here room cancel, let's pass the parameters here, check-in and checkout. So I'll just go with check-in and checkout. So this is fine. Let me come out of the this one booking class entirely. So we are done with the classes, right? So 4 classes, right? So let's go with the booking system. So let's go with the booking system class. One more class. So we discuss this one? I think we did. This is fine. So let's go with the booking system. So basically, I'll just go with one more class here. Booking class. I forgot class here. Class booking system. So this is fine. So within this class, what we will be doing? So this is just the system class for hotel and room operation. Sorry. So you can just add this one. This is just the system class for hotel and room operations. First, we need a list of registered hotels, right? So that is the reason we'll be making use of array list. So I'll just go with list here in this case. Let me pass hotel within the angle brackets here. So this will be hotels here in this case. Let's create the new array list here. It's fine. So the next thing here is, let's go with the add hotel method. So I'll just go with void add hotel in this case, parameter hotel, which is of the type hotel basically. So this is fine. So within this one, we should be able to add the new hotel to the system. So we should be able to add the new hotels to the system, right? I'll just make use of the operation add here in this case. You would have already guessed. So I'll just give here hotels. This one, yeah. So this has to be small, right? Caps lock was on. This is fine. Hotels dot add of. So let me pass the parameter hotel. Right? We should be able to add the new hotel to the system, right? So let me come out of this method entirely. So here, this one, next we have written the method add hotel, right? We have successfully written the code for the method add hotel. Next, let's go with the search. We should be able to search the room or the hotel, right? So let's write the method search. Let's write the code for the method search here. So within the list, so here let me pass the room. So here this is the method search. So I'll just name search. So let me pass the parameters city, check-in, date, as well as the checkout. So these this one, check-in and checkout. So these are the things that we need: city, check-in, and checkout. These 3 parameters we need within the search, right? So I'll just go with here string city and local date here. This one is we are going with the check-in and checkout, right? So this one is check-in, and again local date I'll be making use of. This is of the type date, basically check-in and checkout. So I'll just keep here in this case checkout. So these are the parameters, right? So within the method search, first thing what we'll be doing here, we will be going with the list. Let's create the list to store the available rooms. So we have to store the available rooms, right? So in this case, I'll just go with list room. So this will be available rooms, the variable available rooms. Let's create the new array list here. In this case, array list. This is fine. So let's write the simple for loop very quickly. So we have to perform certain operations, right? So we have to skip if not the same city. We have to skip, right, if not the same city. Accordingly with the city, if the guy searches accordingly with the city, so if it is not of the same city, then we have to skip that one, right? Let's write the simple for a loop here. This one will be the type hotel, individual hotel of hotels, right? So here in this case, this will be hotels. Hotels I have given. Where is this one? I have typed somewhere this one wrong. This has to be hotels. So this is fine. So let me give here in this case hotels. It's fine. Within the for loop, what we have to skip if it is not in the same city. So let me write the simple if condition. You would have already guessed we'll be making use of the if loop here. So I mean if condition, sorry. This one is h dot location dot equals, will be going with the equals ignore case here in this case if it is not city, if it is not the same city basically, right? So here did it take another parenthesis here? Yeah, let me delete one parenthesis here, closing and opening. So this is fine. So we have to skip, right? For skipping, I'll just make use of the continue keyword, right? So this is fine. So again, I'll be making use of one more for loop here. This will be room, this will be r, so this one will be h dot rooms here in this case. So here within the for loop, what I'll be doing here, so if I'll write the simple if condition here. R dot, I'll go with is available. Is available, check in and check out, right? So here I'll just go with check in as well as check out. So here in this case, check in and check out, this is fine. Let me delete one parenthesis, opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis. This is fine. So this is fine. So within this condition, what we'll be doing here, we will be adding the room if available. So this will be available rooms dot add. I'll just be making use of add operator, add operation here, right? You would have already guessed this one. I'll just pass the R here, individual room, right? So we are adding the room if the room is available. Particular room is available, then we should be able to add the room. That's what we are doing, right? So in the line number 121. So I'll just come out of this one. So let's return, we have to return the available rooms. So I'll just give here on this case return available rooms. So I hope this is completely clear. Let me come out of this one, what do you call, search method entirely, right? So here one last this one we should be going with within this class, basically booking system classes. One last method I'll be making use of, nothing but book, right? We should be able to book the room if it is available. So I'll quickly write the booking method here. So book method, so this will be of the type booking. So I'll just go with booking book. Book is not showing up, so this is new, this one, right? Method, this is fine. So what are the parameters we should have here? User, room, check-in and check-out, right? So again, I'll just go with user. Did I give my here? Comma is not required. User, room here in this case, local date. So here check-in and check-out. So this one, let me give here check-in and local date. This one, nothing but the checkout here. In this case, this will be checkout. So this is fine. Within this, I mean, what do we call this one? Within the book method, first thing is we have to book only if the room is available, right? Let's write the simple if condition for that. So I'll just go with room. For available, we have already written is available. Let's go with the is available. Let's pass the parameters here, check-in as well as checkout. So I'll just go with the check-in and checkout. This is fine. Let me open the flower brackets here. So we have to generate the unique booking ID. So we have to generate the unique booking ID. Means here, why we are writing the book method, we should be able to book the room it is available, right? So for that one, for particular room, we have to generate the unique booking ID as well. So let me do one thing here. I'll just go with a variable booking ID, which is a type string, right? So we are generating the unique booking ID. Again, I'm telling. So we'll be making use of UUID. So here I'll just go with random UUID. Let me go with here toString in this case. toString in this case. So here let me go with booking. So I'll just make use of the variable b here in this case. So you have to go with the new booking, right? Create a new booking. So within this, I'll just pass the parameters booking ID, user, room, check-in and checkout. So let me quickly do that. Booking ID, user, room, check-in and checkout. So check-in and checkout. So this is fine. Next, we have to book the room. When I say we have to book the room, we have to confirm, right? We have to confirm the booking. Means I'll just go with here b dot confirm here, right? We are confirming the booking here in this case, right? So finally we have to return the booking. So return, we just have to go with the b, right? So we have just given b here in this case. This is fine. So if the room is not available or if the room is unavailable, then we have to return null in that case. So I'll just give null here in this case. This is fine, easy to understand, right? So let me come out of this one entirely. I mean book method basically. So we have successfully written everything within the class booking system basically. We have come out of the particular class as well, booking system. Now this is the we have to go with the main method. So we have to check, right? So we have to add the this one. We have to add single rooms, double rooms, and we have to check basically in the form of output, right? So let's come to the main method here. Main method just to test the system. means hotel system, right? So here in this case, let me quickly type here. So let me go with public static void main here in this case. So this will be string. Let me write this one quickly. String args. This one. This is fine arguments. So let's initialize the booking system here. So we already have booking system here. I'll just consider the variable sys here in this case. New. Yeah, we are initializing the booking system right here in this case. Let me type this one, booking system. This is fine. We have successfully initialized the booking system. Now let's create the hotel and add the single room as well as the double room. First, let's create the hotel here in this case. To create hotel, I'll just give hotel here in this case. So h1 variable name. So let's create the hotel by giving new hotel here. New hotel. So what shall I give the name here in this case? Let me give here h1, right? So let me give the name h1 here. Let me give the name here. The hotel name give here the Bharadwaj. The hotel name itself is the Bharadwaj. So the place I have to give some place, right? So I'll just give here Bengaluru, right? So I'll just give here the place Bengaluru. We have successfully created the hotel. After creating the hotel, we have to add the single room as well as we have to add the double room as well. So I'll just do one thing. I'll just give here room R1 pulse. So here this will be new room. So within the string, we have to give the name. This one will be R1. Let me give R1 here. Room type I'll consider. We have first. I'll just go with a single room. For the next one, I'll go with a double. Basically, room type dot. Basically, we have single. Yeah, single. Three things we mentioned: single, double, and suit. Right. So we'll be going with a single and double here in this case. And let me give the price 1000 here, single and 1000, right? So we have successfully added the this one. What do we call? We have added the single room. So what error we are getting here in this case? Expected 4 arguments but found 3. We had 4 arguments, 3 itself, right? So here let's check. Wait, let's look at this one later. So let me do other stuff as well, right? So here let me clear. So let's add the this one. Add double room as well here in this case. I'll just change this one to R2. So this one will be R2 as well. Room type of type dot single, or let me go with double here in this case. And here this one will be 1500, right? So this one will be 1500 basically. So here so we are adding room 1 to hotel and we are adding room 2 to the hotel. So I'll just go with here h1 dot add room of this one R1. This is fine. And also h2 dot this will be add room. So let's add this one. This is basically R2. This is fine. So and the final thing is here we have to register the hotel into the system as well. So we had considered sys, if you remember. Sys dot we are just adding the hotel to the system, right? So we already have the add hotel. Within the add hotel, I'll just pass h1 here in this case, right? So this is fine. So the next step is we have to create the particular user as well, right? So we have to create the user. So let me go with the user u1 in this case. So this will be new user. So this will be u1 here in this case. u1 u1 this is fine. So here in this case I'll just give here Gauri, right? So I'll just give here Gauri. Any name you can give. I'll just give here Gauri. So I'll just give here Gauri at the rate of testmail.com or example.com. Anything you can give here. I'll just give Gauri at the rate of testmail.com. So we have just successfully created the user here in this case. So let's go with the check-in date as well as the checkout date. So here in this case, so for the check-in date, I'll just go with the local date. So this will be check-in. So I'll just go with the check-in here. So this will be local date off in this case. So off so we have to pass the date here. So I'll just go with 2025 320, right? So anything you can give. I'll just give 2025 320. So this is the check-in date basically. Right, so this is fine. Let me copy this one. Sorry, what happened here? What happens to this one sometimes? So just give me a second here. Let me paste the same thing. Here in this case we are going with the checkout basically. So a local date checkout equals, so here in this case let me change the date here. Instead of 20, let me make this one 23. This is fine. Let me make 23 here in this case. So let me come out of this one, or not come out of, basically let's move on with the next things here. So further things basically. So here we have to search for the available rooms, right? So we have to search for the available rooms. So let's write the code for that. So here list, within the list we will pass the rooms in this case. So here we have to search for the available rooms, right? Here in this case SYS, again in this case search here, search, this is fine. So place, here in this case I'll just give Bengaluru. We have considered Bengaluru, right? So this is fine. So let me pass check-in as well as checkout here. This is fine, right? So we are searching for the available rooms basically, and while searching for the available rooms, after that we have to print count of available rooms as well. So when we search for the available rooms, we have to get the print we have to get the count of available rooms, right? So I'll just give here in this case system. So let me give here in this case system. Let me give this out here. This out. So this one, what we need to print here in this case, available rooms. This one within the string, right? This is fine. Available rooms. Let's concatenate the size. So count, for the count we'll be making use of rooms dot size here basically, right? Rooms dot size. So this is fine. We are successfully printing the count of available rooms by writing this line basically, right? So let's move on with the further things here. The final thing I think here, if when the room is not found basically, here let me write the simple condition. If rooms dot is empty, not of is empty basically. So here, that means if the rooms, if rooms found basically, if not if rooms are not available, when room is found basically, sorry, I just said the wrong thing. So when rooms are found, so what we need to do, we have to book the first available room. So we should be able to book the first available room in this case. So I'll just go with here booking. So b, let me give here variable name b sys. I'll just give here in this case book. So what are all the things that we are considering here? U1 rooms dot get of 0 here in this case. So let's pass check-in and checkout here. In this case check-in and checkout. So this is fine. We are booking the first available room. So the next thing is, if booking, so b is not equal to null, then what we need to do here, we have to confirm the booking. So we have to confirm the booking, else we have to confirm the booking means let's print something, right? If the booking failed, then also let's print the something. So I'll be making use of if else. If you would have already guessed that one as well. So if the booking is successful, then that is nothing but if b not equal to null, then I'll just give here, we have to print something. Let's go with this out here. In this case, room booked here, room booked. This is fine. And let's go with the booking ID. Let me give here booking ID. So let's concatenate here b.id here. This is fine. So we are just confirming the booking in this case. So else if the booking is unsuccessful or failed, so then also we have to print something, right? So I'll just give you something relevant here in this case. I'll just give room is no longer available, right? So this is fine. So this is it. dot here so that this looks good. So this is fine if the booking failed basically, right? So this is it basically. Now let me format the code once. So just give me a second. So this looks good. So let me move this one above. Reformat do you want? So this is fine. This looks good, right? So let's check whether if we have any error. So this one we have error. So 4 parameters within the room it is saying basically we had expected 4 arguments but found remove the 4th parameter constructor room basically. So let's remove this one. Yeah, now this one is error. I don't know where I used. This is fine. H1. This one the Bharadwaj. I'll just give here comma here location Bengaluru. So this was wrong basically. This is fine. H1. What is this one? Expected 4 arguments but found 3. So here if I click on hotel, we have ID, name, location and rooms, right? So what we have given here in this case, ID, name, location and room we need to consider here. So here we have ID, name and location. This shouldn't throw any error, right? So let's check. Let me run this one. Let's see whether this works or not. So here also I have done wrong in the line number 158. So where did I go here? Simple variable ID. Not fine. Start ID equals ID string ID. So just give me a second. Yeah, we have considered this one. So let me do one thing here. So let me make this one small and let me make this one small as well. So this is fine. Now the error should be gone. So this is fine. Let me check for other things here. The same error actually. R2 here. Here let's check here. Here in the line number 158, let me leave space or else this will give error as well. So this is fine. Now let me run this one again. Let's see. So we are having one error. So this itself. Construct a hotel in class. Hotel booking system rule cannot be applied to the given types. This is. And also, what is this error basically? Cannot find the symbol H2. So here we have not added H2 here. So here we have considered H1 itself. We are just adding the room 2 to the hotel, right? This has to be H1 itself, not H2 basically. So this is fine. Now we are having this error. Let's see. Yeah, same. The last one. Construct a hotel in class hotel booking system. Hotel cannot be applied to the given types here. Let's see. So it says here construct a hotel in class hotel cannot be applied to the given type. So we have extra one parameter. So let me click on this one here in this case. So let me remove this one. This is not required, or we have to pass the array list. I mean we have to create the new array list within there as well. So let's go with only 3 parameters here in this case, right? So or else what we need to do here, if we have given list of rooms here, in this case where we were getting error basically here also what we need to do, we have to create the new array list, right? So this is fine. I hope this works now. Let's see. Let me hit the run button here. So this has to work. Let's see. We have removed the 4th parameter, right, from the hotel class hotel. So yeah, now you can clearly see some error we are getting still. So let me enlarge this one. So instead of hotel booking system, this one is taking splitwise expense. So I'll just give the current file and hit the run here. So yeah, now you can clearly see here available rooms is 2. right? So now we have available rooms 2, right? So room has been successfully booked here. Booking ID, we have made use of the random UUID, if you remember. So somewhere I have given here, just let me show this one. So here in the line number 138, you can clearly see here booking ID. We have initialized this one to the assigned this one to the UUID. We are considering the random UUID, right? So here available rooms are basically 2. Available rooms are basically 2. We are adding here somewhere R1 and R2 we have done, right? So I'll just show you. Just give me a second here. So let me minimize this one. So here, see here, we are adding 2 rooms. H1 dot add room of R1, H1 dot add room of R2, right? So that's what here available rooms is 2, and we have 2 available rooms, and we have successfully booked the this one room, right? So we have successfully booked the first room that is available, and that particular available room booking ID is, so the booking ID that we got here is this one. We are going with a random UID, right? So this one ID, we have got this one successfully. That's what we had to get basically. Now the code works absolutely correct in this case, right? So according to the, if you had followed the UML diagram and the edge cases, whatever I have said, so writing the code was not a big deal, right? So step by step we have written this one entirely, right? Following the core classes. Within the core classes, 4 classes, I think 4 core classes we discussed in the UML diagram. So within that, whatever we considered, so whether it may be methods, data types and other stuff, right? So whatever we discussed, we have written articulated the same thing in the form of code now, right? So exact same thing we have written. We have got the expected output as well. Now what we will be doing, just give me. So basically available rooms are 2. Means 2 rooms are initially available in the Bengaluru hotel. So we have given the name Bengaluru here, right? Basically that's Bengaluru is the location we have given. So 2 rooms are initially available in the Bengaluru hotel. So one room is booked by this one. One room is booked by the user Gauri, right? So one room is booked by the user Gauri. A unique booking ID will be has to get generated. That's what we have, the unique booking ID here, right? So the room is now marked as unavailable for the book dates. The room will be marked unavailable for the book dates, and here we have also printed after booking. We have printed that room booked. It has to show room booked. It is showing as well here in this case. Output room booked has been shown to us. So this works absolutely correct in this case, right? So the code that we have written is completely, I hope the code whatever that we have written is completely clear, and we are getting the desired output. So the code works absolutely correct as well, right? So now let's discuss the key concepts that we applied, and then the complexities of the important methods, right? So the complexities of the important methods that we have written within the code, right? And then finally let's discuss the future scope as well. Let's initially let's discuss the key concepts. So here in this case, when I say let's discuss the key concepts here, let's come here, right? The first step is we have made use of the encapsulation. We have made use of the OOPS concept. You have to know at any cost, you have to know the OOPS concept. So this one, solid principles, OOPS concept. So different design patterns you have to know at any cost. So while you are solving the this one LLD problems, so you have to know the OOPS concept. You have to know the this one solid principles as well as this thing, different design patterns. So I have the playlist for that. So I have explained around 10 this one different design patterns, have explained the OOPS principles. So those are in the JavaScript. So if you are comfortable going through, please do go through that one. You have to know at any cost, you have to know the OOPS this one OOPS principles as well as these two things I have said, right? Design patterns as well as solid principles, you have to know at any cost. That's what. So here I have done it in the JavaScript. Programming language I had used was JavaScript basically. So I had solved some problems, this one LD problems using JavaScript as well, right? So you can just go through that one. If you're comfortable in JavaScript, you can just go through that one and you can come here. Only the programming language will be different here. The concepts will be same, right? So here in this case, encapsulation. So we have made use of the encapsulation here for room, user, hotel as well as booking, right? So we went with a concept encapsulation, right? So here hotel as well as the booking as well. So we went with a hash map, basically map of local date as well as the boolean, this one which was of the type boolean, basically to handle the daily availability. Is booked something we made use of, right? Which was of the type boolean, and we made use of the hash map as well, right, to handle the daily availability. And we made use of the UUID as well, right, for the unique booking IDs. So the output, once the room was available, 2 rooms were available, and we got the success message that room was booked, and we got the booking ID, right? So booking ID we got from the this one itself, UUID. So UUID, we made use of the UUID for the unique booking IDs, right? So the last one is, we didn't make use of any external dependencies. We went with clean Java implementation, right? So we didn't make use of any external dependencies. Basically, we went with a clean Java implementation, right? These are the key concepts that we need to keep in mind, right? So based on this itself, we wrote the code basically, right? Now let's discuss the complexities for the code that we have written. So we have just go through the code. I'll just this one. Let's just discuss the time complexity and the space complexity for the different methods, important methods that we used in the code. Basically, first one is search. So user should be able to search the book and room, and he should be able to search the book and room, and then he should be able to book, right? So here for the search, the time complexity is big of h into r into d, and the space complexity is big of d here. When I say big of h into r into d, h is nothing but the number of hotels, R is nothing but number of rooms per hotel, and D is nothing but number of days between check-in and check-out. Number of days between check-in and check-out. H is nothing but number of hotels, just keep this in mind. R is nothing but number of rooms per hotel, and D is nothing but number of days between check-in and check-out. Just keep this in mind, right? So the overall time complexity here is big of H into R into D. This has to be clear by now. We have already written the code, right? So the space complexity here is big of D. D is nothing but this one, number of days between check-in and check-out, number of available rooms in this case, right? So here this has to be A, I think, not D. So this has to be A here in this case. Yeah, this is wrong actually. I have written wrong. Sorry. This space complexity for the search has to be A, because it is based on number of available rooms, right? Sorry, this one I had written wrong. So just change this one. So this one is available rooms basically, right? So this one is available rooms. Let's go with the second this one method here, nothing but book. Let's go with the second method here, nothing but book. So the time complexity and the space complexity for the book method is this one, big of D. D is nothing but date entries in the map. Date entries, local date. We were making use of local date everywhere, right? So D is nothing but the date entries in the map, and the time complexity and the space complexity is basically big of D for the book method. Let's move on with the third one, or the final method here, cancel. We should be able to cancel, right? So I mean, we wrote code for the cancel method as well. So if you remember, so we should be able to cancel the this one booking, right? So for that one, we have already made use of the cancel method, and we have already written the code. So the time complexity for the cancel method is big of D, and the space complexity is big of D as well, right? So here we know big of D is for removing the date entries. So here D is for removing entries. Here in this case, D is for removing entries. Just remember this, easy, right? So these three methods we have successfully discussed. So here now we have successfully discussed the complexities for search, book, as well as this one, cancel method. So I hope this is completely clear. Complexities are completely clear. Next, let's discuss the future scope, right? So next, let's discuss the future scope, right? So here in this case, when I say future scope, so here we can speak of the concurrency support, right? When I say future scope or the extensions, right? So we should be able to add certain things in the future as well. So first thing that has to come in mind is concurrency support, right? So we should be able to add thread safe booking, right, to handle the simultaneous booking attempts. So to handle the simultaneous booking attempts, we should be able to add the thread safe booking, nothing but synchronization, right? Synchronization I'm speaking of. We should be able to add thread safe booking to handle the simultaneous booking attempts. So this is for the concurrency support. So I'm speaking of the concurrency support here. This is for the concurrency support. I hope this is completely clear, right? So next, let's go with the room recommendations. When I say room recommendations, we have to use user history and pricing filters for personalized room suggestions. We have to suggest to the user, right, based on the user history. User history means what he has searched for, basically what kind of rooms he has booked. Based on that, based on the user history and the pricing filters, based on what price the user usually this one budget, based on the user budget, right? So we should consider that one, and we have to go for the personalized room suggestions. We have to provide personalized room suggestions in the future. You can just apply these two things as well. Let's come to the third one here, payment integration. So we have to integrate the third party gateways for pre-booking payments and refunds, right? So there are different payment integrations you can go with. So you can just go with anyone. I can just name a few, but you should have already idea. You should be having the idea. You can just integrate any payment integration, right? So you can just try out this one. Just try to integrate the same thing within the code. If you have time, just do that. And room recommendations, you can just recommend the rooms based on the user history as well as the user budget as well. We have already discussed the concurrency support as well. Just do that one as well if it is possible. Let's go with the next one here, dynamic pricing engine. When I say dynamic pricing engine here, so we should be able to modify the room price dynamically based on the demand, season or time, right? So we should be able to modify room price dynamically based on the demand, season or time. So this is fine. Let's move on with the fifth one here, multi-location and chain hotels. So when I say multi-location and chain hotels, we have to support the room management for hotel chains or international locations. So here, this is for the future scope. So the code we should write in this form that it should support in the future. It has to support this one, room management for hotel chains or international locations, right? So next, let's go with the calendar view availability. When I say calendar view for availability, we have to visualize the room availability via calendars for the improved UX, right? So this one also we have to keep in mind. So the final one is search optimization. Search optimization, we are making use of the search here. User should be able to search this one, hotels rooms, right? So user should be able to search the hotels or the rooms based, whether it may be based on the city and other stuff. So we are making use of the search, right? So here, search, when I say search optimization, we can implement caching, right? So we can either implement caching, we can go with the indexing as well, and we can just go with the geolocation for the faster room searches, right? This is for the search optimization, these things. So just try to implement at least this one within the code, right? So these are the future scope or extensions that we need to keep in mind before writing the code, right? We have already written the code. These things we have to keep in mind. So we have successfully solved the problem, right? Hotel booking system, right? So this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.